My name is Jaanus. I'm working in the Tartu City government as a project manager and particularly also for the project SmartEnCity. Okay, maybe it's better now. Thank you. And the cooperation between the city and University in Tartu is very comprehensive and multi-layered, but today we are just focusing in one part of this. But in daily life I am quite practical guy. I am dealing with very practical things, and I guess my presentation will be also quite practical today. But coming to Tartu City, I want to highlight here that Tartu is a smart city, at least we think so. And why it's smart? It's smart thanks to University of Tartu. And the university was established in 1632 by Swedish king in Tartu. And I want to highlight here that ties between city and the university are very, very tense, and we appreciate very much that we have such a great university in Tartu. And the more that we have quite direct connection to Uppsala also. Tartu and Uppsala are twinning cities. So we have very, very many connections with Swedish and with Uppsala. So now I will skip this slide. I will come back later. But in terms of SmartEnCity project, the project started in 2016, in the beginning of 2016, and it was quite a long project. It will finish in July this year. It's more than 6-year project, and it's for us very, very important project, as it is a Lighthouse project financed by the European Commission, and Tartu City was the first city in Eastern Europe who got such a title like Lighthouse. But coming to the project, the core idea of the project was to create a high-quality living environment in a particular area in the city, low carbon and low energy area with smart applications and also with smart community. And for that, we chose the area in the city center where we have quite many apartment houses from 50s and 60s in last century, so-called Khrushchevkas. These are quite low-quality buildings, to be honest, and quite small ones, small apartments there. And which is also what is also important, that these buildings we had very high energy consumption and very, very low indoor climate quality. We have in this area around 42 such buildings, and in the project we renovated 18 from them. It's almost half. And what we did, of course, the biggest activity was renovation activity in this project, but it was accompanied with different activities in field of mobility, in field of different infrastructure. I mean here public lighting, low temperature district heating, district cooling, and some other things. But the biggest one was was renovation and making these buildings smart buildings. This is just one illustration about the smart application we have in every apartment in these buildings. And why it's important, you see that there is a lot of technology behind of that. People living in these buildings can set inside climate as they wish in terms of CO2 and in terms of temperature and also moisture. And they can also monitor the energy consumption and the daily habits in terms of energy consumption. This is a quite new approach in apartment buildings in Tartu, and for that we needed quite a lot of knowledge, quite a lot of support, scientific support, and how to raise awareness among citizens, how to handle such technology, how to methodologically handle engagement processes and so on. There was quite many things we needed to consider in course of this activities, and we did it in together with university and with other stakeholders also. There was different companies and also of course citizens. Here I brought out some main activities just to imagine what kind of role the university had in this project during these 6 years. There was very many activities, especially related to social innovation, to engagement, to data management and to monitoring. And of course, all these domains included different sub-activities. So it was very comprehensive project, very comprehensive work we did with university. And maybe to highlight some important topics, it is methodologies, surveys, monitoring, social innovation and engagement. This is where the university was involved in different ways during the project. No. In this slide, just I have split out some kind of engagement activities, not all of them, but just imagine how spread was this project and how spread was this activities, and it's just not one activity, but there are very many different sub-activities. And maybe just to stop a little bit more in one activity which was very crucial and very important for us and for citizens. It was this social innovation activity, and the name was namely Ambassador Program. It means that during the project there was by the university worked out the methodology how to engage public into renovation and also into changing the patterns of energy use. And then for that was created the Smart House Ambassador Program. It lasts around half of a year, I mean, in terms of trainings, but there was, of course, done a lot of preliminary works in terms of methodology, in terms of surveys, to work out this methodology, and also, of course, to work out materials for citizens and for these ambassadors. And finally, yes, we got quite interesting and useful handbook. It's for smart house residents, and this is very useful material, how to handle modern technologies, how to understand your energy use, and how to change your behavioral patterns, but not only in energy use, but also, for example, in terms of waste management and mobility as well. And I think this output or outcome is for great help for the city to raise awareness and to move on with a program of renovations in the city, in apartment buildings especially. And maybe I want to stop also on data management part shortly, because this part was for us very unknown before the project. In the project, there was created with help of different private companies, project partners, SmartEnCity platform, and the task of university there was to arrange monitoring and to help in data management part. And now this platform is in use already, for more than 3 years. We have a lot of data there, and we are, of course, spreading this data with the university as well for different research works, and also for master thesis, for example, and other things. And why this part is very, very important, you can see in next slides, because all these activities have led us in new projects which were implemented already during this SmartEnCity project, or which are on the way at the moment. I will bring here out only 3 projects, but this is not all. They are not all projects what we have or in mind or what we have implemented so far. But all these projects have had some kind get some kind boost from the collaboration in SmartEnCity project with university, and all these projects are related to collaboration with university. And at first I want to highlight the new city bus network, what was redesigned with help of scientists in Tartu in 2018-19, and this was, to be honest, the first very real and very comprehensive data-driven planning example, and we have used this approach later also in other projects. But yeah, this was some kind first, and it's greatly thanks to this data management system what was created in cooperation with university within the SmartEnCity project. And the second one is also very innovative tool, which was also created in cooperation with university in the end of last year. And it's just a very unique thing in world. I haven't met never in other cities or other regions such thing. This is modal split tool for calculation of modality in the city in real time, based on real time data. And we have here also a representative of University of Moscow who is very, very familiar with this. But yeah, maybe we can introduce later. And one more project what is just started is OpenLab, where also universities involved. It's also a renovation project, but we will make one step forward with this project. It means that we will pilot there different novelties in energy use and in energy storage systems, and also prefabricated panels and different social novelties. And yeah, I can't talk longer maybe, but thank you very much. And what I want to say is that every cooperation we had with university will bring new opportunities, and such it's something like, I don't know, a big network, and rather we are not recognizing that we are cooperating with university, but we are doing it in daily life in different things, and we are very happy of that. And of course it's maybe a little bit easier for us because city is smaller, and maybe universities also a little bit smaller than Uppsala University, for example. And you know, we know each other. We just need to call, and we can make different projects. Yeah. Thank you.